Today we're going to be making a jasmine soap. Florals are notorious for accelerating, so I'm gonna make a triple batch today because A, it's very popular. B, I can be done with 3 batches at one time because I don't like working with florals because they accelerate. And C, I like to do a lot of batches at once because it makes my time more productive. So this, I'll just show you making one batch. I won't go through all 3 batches with you. If you want to see me making more than one batch at a time, you can watch my love spell video. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be making some Hawaiian Jasmine. All right, thank you. All right, everybody. So today, as promised, we're going to be making a jasmine soap, which is a floral soap. Florals, excuse me, tend to accelerate and can be very difficult to work with. So that being said, it's better if you have a recipe that is a higher percentage of soft oils, more liquid oils versus hard oils. Something, that's a more slow moving recipe because florals are not slow moving. So I've already measured out my oils, measured out my lye water. I'm less than 100 degrees on both. My water down the shaft of my stick blender so we don't get the air bubbles introduced into the soap batter, and we're going to stick blend to an emulsion. When you stick blend to an emulsified state, you just want to make sure that you're truly emulsified and that your oils and water are mixed together. You don't have any oils that are separated in here. As you can see, there's no oils floating. I'm going to stick blend just a little bit longer but before I get to a light trace. Because I don't even want a light trace when I work with floral. Okay. Alrighty. So for this batch we're going to use a jasmine. You can use whatever you want. You can use lilac, rose, gardenia. I have everything pre-measured already. I'm just going to do really one base color and then I'm going to put in a little bit of a white. Okay. You can't get all fancy schmancy with swirls and florals because you just don't have the time to work with it. I've already pre-mixed my rose clay and my oil, or this is water, I'm sorry. Clay gets mixed with distilled water at a ratio of 1 tablespoon water per 1 teaspoon of clay, and I'm going to put that in the base because that's going to be the majority of the color of my soap. Like I said, for florals I don't get to do a lot of fun things. And do not stick blend your color because you will end up into a trace. Then you'll end up into a light trace or medium trace, and with a floral we don't want that, or you're going to end up with soap on a stick, basically with a soap that you're unable to pour, which can be very disappointing. Alright, so we just make sure this is incorporated, stir by hand. Really pretty color. I love this color. I don't want to pour it yet, but I love rose clay. It's a very soft color. Okay. And then I have some titanium dioxide here. I'm just going to put in my little batch. I just want a little bit of contrasting color for this soap. I Like I said, we don't get to get all fun and crazy here because of the fragrance which we're going to be adding. And what I do is I add the fragrance to my base color, which is the majority of my mix only. Which that means this is going to be very fluid. This is the way this is going to pour. But you'll see when I add the fragrance here, we're going to have some interesting things happen. So, hand mix it in, like hand mix this in too, especially. Do not stick blend in a floral. And stir, 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 stir. And I just stir as quickly and not forcefully as I can, but I want to make sure this is incorporated before it starts to accelerate on me. And then pour, 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 pour. Pour, pour, pour. You can see by the time we're done here, this is thick already. If you didn't start out loosey-goosey to begin with, you're in trouble. I mean, you can already see, look at that. You see how it just sets on top there? Yeah. That is the joy of working with a floral. Alright, so what I do is I like to, you see how it just sets on top of there? Yeah, it's just going to set there. But I want to try and incorporate some of this into my soap. So I have my wire hanger here. I'm just going to go down and through, down and through, down and through. It's not going to be like a typical hanger swirl where you get pretty designs. What I'm trying to do is push the white into my soap. The top never looks pretty to this, but it's a good seller and the fragrance is to die for. Alrighty. And then I just finished topping it off. So the top will be white with just a little bit of pink showing through. Like I said, it never looks really pretty, but so that's that. You'll get a little bit of chunks through, but I don't mind that. That's how fast you gotta work when you have floral. As you see what it's done already, chunk. I mean, that's it. That's it already. Soap on a stick. Alrighty. So we're gonna do another batch. Alrighty, so here we go. Second batch, might as well. I'm gonna do 3. I may not show you all 3 because you're gonna be bored to death with me. So same scenario, oils and water, less than 100 degrees. We're in the low 90s. You want to soap cooler. I mean, if you can soap at the 80s and have your oil still hold up, if there's a lot of hard oils in there, that's great. It just gives you a little bit of extra time to move. If it's a little cooler, if you soap too hot, florals not only accelerate, they can overheat, and you may end up with a heat tunnel. You may end up with volcanoes. So just keep low temp, just to emulsification. If you don't feel comfortable with emulsification, then the lightest trace you can possibly live with. Alright, I had a little bit of white left over, I'm just going to use that. Again, my rose clay mixed with my water, my distilled water. I prefer to mix mine ahead of time. Okay, just make sure fully incorporated, and the rose clay just makes a beautiful dusky but a little bit of a deeper rose color. And then I have the white just for contrast. You can by all means leave your soap one color. I do that occasionally, but I'm all about color, so I tend to color everything I get my hands on just about. So the last one, I've used that gear tie before, and it can be a little hard to push through to the bottom of the soap. I'll run in at the end of this, I'll show you a soap I made with this first method. You can just see the very hints of white that got pushed down. It's not a lot, I just want a little contrast. I think what I'm going to do is pour half, do white, chopstick, pour half, do white, and then chopstick. You'll see what I'm saying, but that's the fun of soaping. You can play with what you're doing and figure out what works, what doesn't work. So, alright, so we know we're going to move, so we need to be faster than the soap here. Okay, let me make sure you guys can see the mold. Okay, and you know what this is going to do, it starts to thicken it up. And you got to be fast, 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 stir, 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 incorporate, incorporate, incorporate. We're smooth. I'm going to do a half, one, there we go. And then I'm going to do a pour. Actually, that may end up working out better. No chopstick. And, oop, you see that? So you see that? Fast, fast, fast. You see that? Yep. And that is what a floral will do. She'd be like all pretty and nice one second, next minute she'd be like, got her claws out. Yep. So that's when I say fast, 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 she will turn on you in a heartbeat. It's like a girl that seems the same purse you do, and all of a sudden she's gonna fight you for it, I'm telling you. It's like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde soap, really. Let's see if we can work with this a little bit. Another reason why I leave the white all liquidy is because when I go and play with the top, it will fill in the cracks that's left by the rose clay, or I should say the floral batter. Did you see how fast that moved? I'm telling you. And we were being nice with her. Like I said, I'll show you a soap at the end, because I'm sure I'll cut this as well so you can see this one, but I will show you what it looked like when it did cooperate with the, well, sort of cooperate with my last batch with the gear tie. Like I said, the top isn't pretty, but the top is only a certain percentage of your soap too, so. And you see this white is just still liquid. It just pours and fills in all the cracks. Yep. Alrighty. really should call this mess making 101 and not soap making. So I always I have a set of soap washcloths. They're all clean. But I use these to clean up instead of using an inordinate amount of paper towels, because that just aggravates me. Having all those, wasting all that paper. Yep. Yeah, you see that? And that is, here we go. That is just soap already. The nice thing is it definitely makes for an easy cleanup in the morning, because it is hard as a rock. You can either just scrape it out and then wash it, or just wash it like it's, you know, because it's all soap by tomorrow. You've seen my other video, you know, for the love spell. I think I gave you a lot of tips and tricks in that one. This is definitely not, florals are definitely not for beginners, and I'm not a beginner, and they're still a pita for me. So let me put this away. Alright, here we go. This is going to be batch number 3. We're at 84 in the oils, 92 in the water, so within 10 degrees, soap and cooler, so batch number 3. And as you can see, when you have everything ready ahead of time, it takes nothing to make 3 batches of soap. It does not have to take you all day to make a bunch of soap once you streamline your process. All right. And as you know from my love spell, what I do is I batch up 3 different containers of oils. And in this case, I batched up 3 different containers of water, and then I have my 3 sets ready to go. So bing, bing, boom. Alright, so we're just going to incorporate this again. I just went to an emulsified state. I didn't even go to a light trace. As you can see from especially batch number 2, you can see how quickly it just sets up. Okay. Rose clay, yep, it's incorporated. Do our titanium dioxide here. I'm using oil soluble titanium dioxide. I tried the water soluble, and personally I did not care for it. I still end up with the little tiny, sometimes the white that streaks that you'll see in your soap when you use it when you cut it, but I'm actually okay with that. I did not like the way the water soluble made my soap look. Okay. And I have ground my titanium dioxide in a coffee grinder, and I still end up with that white streaking. So now I don't even grind it all. That's just one step I don't need. So. Alrighty. Here comes the fun. Move, move, move. Because we know how fast she likes to move. Like I said, it's like some girl seeing a purse at the store that you see, and y'all are gonna have to fight over that thing. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's go down. I'm gonna pour this. Look at her. She's already acting up. There we go. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Yep. Get in there, girlfriend. Go, 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 go. Work, work, work. Fill it in. I'm telling you. If I didn't love this fragrance so much, I would not be doing this. This is not, she is not your friend. She acts like your friend, and then you find out she's not your friend. I don't mind making a mess. Some people just have an utter flip out, but I don't mind making a mess. Because I know she's gonna be gorgeous. She smells gorgeous. Alrighty. Yep, she's already stiff as a board. I am telling you. Now, this has always been the case. Any floral from any company that I have worked with. Now, if you have some florals that you work with that you could sit there and do a butterfly swirl, do something intricate, by all means list them in the comments, because I am always looking to make my life easier, and this would be one way. Alrighty. So I wanted to show you, this is a same jasmine soap I had made previously with the rose clay, and then with, you get the light cream color, and you see how that little bit of pink comes through. Like I said, it's not the prettiest soap, but it smells divine, and then people love the rose clay. So we're gonna cut those 3 batches when they're set up tomorrow, and we will see what that batch looks like. But that's florals. Florals, that is what a floral does. It moves so fast. I mean, literally you can see how fast I was moving, and I wasn't even at a thin trace, and I was at cool temps. Now, I have a lot of hard oils in this recipe because that's just my preference. I'm going to put the recipe in the comments, and it's my own recipe again. It's going to be 16 ounces of coconut oil, 16 ounces of palm oil, 5.5 ounces of rice bran, 5 ounces of canola oil, 4 ounces of mango butter, 4 ounces of shea butter, 3.75 ounces of avocado oil, 2.75 ounces of castor, 7.95 ounces of lye, 17.1 ounces of water, your fragrance, and your colorant. That's just my recipe. You can do whatever you want. And a lot of people use a lot of olive oil and a high soft oil content. So, but that's florals. So, food for thought the next time you want to make a soap and it turns to soap on a stick, because trust me, if you don't move fast, that's what you get. Soap on a stick. Yep. Oh, nice and frozen. Yeah, that's my soap batter. Yep. Ooh, it's nice and warm already too. Yeah, I don't insulate the florals either, because you can end up with heat tunnels real fast, or it bubbling up. Ooh, that's nice and warm. Okay, so that's that, and everything's gonna set up and be soap tomorrow when I wash it. All right, thank you for watching. Bye.